just to make sure he doesn't think we're a bunch of rednecks.
Thank you.
Here he is, Jeff Foxworthy.
I absolutely love this city, and I feel very fortunate to be alive after riding with your cab drivers for the last 3 days here. But the people have been so friendly. I even love the language, you know, because for me, everywhere else I go in the world, people are like, hey, it's the redneck guy. And when I'm here, it's like, Monsieur Redneck. For the record, my definition of redneck, it is a glorious absence of sophistication. That's all it is. And let me tell you, we went driving the other day. We went to Point St. Charles. You have rednecks up here. See, and I think of Montreal as being so sophisticated, and you can easily kind of spot the differences between rednecks and sophisticated people. Because, like, sophisticated people have retirement plans. Whereas rednecks, we play the lottery. That is our retirement plan. And when we hit the pick six, we're going to add a room under the trailer so we don't have to sleep with Jim's daddy no more. See, I find rednecks, they always kind of trying to hide their money sophisticated people try to hide their money, whereas rednecks, we like to show ours off. That's why we put everything we own out in the front yard. Let the world know how good we're doing. And I've actually found rednecks that have some money, they will buy things just for the yard. Like those ceramic deer statues. Rednecks without money drive by and shoot at them. Yeah, it was tougher than hell, but we ate it. Louise had to marinate that thing over 6 months. Still tasted like concrete. And I've kind of always felt like you couldn't talk about rednecks unless you are one, and I are one. Growing up, I had no idea that's what I was, and looking back, it was so obvious. I am not making this up. My entire childhood, our mailbox in front of our house had the letters M-A-L-E painted on the side of it. And by the time I was in the 11th grade, I realized that ain't right. That M's supposed to be capitalized, isn't it? That is a true story. When I was in the 3rd grade, my uncle did that as a joke, and nobody got it. And not only am I redneck, I married into him. My wife and her entire family are from the great state of Louisiana, and we were... People from Louisiana? Hey, what do you think about this electricity? This is something else, isn't it? It was too easy. I had to do that. We were just down there 2 or 3 months ago. My wife's cousin got married, and we go down for this wedding. And we are with her entire family for the rehearsal dinner at Hooters. If I'm lying, I'm dying. And our waitress that night was, she was qualified to work there. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure she was on a scholarship. But the first time she walked up to the table, my wife's Uncle Don looked at her and went, woo, woo, where'd you get them things, girl? I thought she was going to get mad, and she was as cool as she could be. She said, I bought them. And then Don's wife, Lois, said, you know, I've been thinking about buying me some. And Don turned to Lois and said, you are 62 years old. You getting a boob job would be like hanging a new chandelier in a haunted house. And she said, well, I figured if I put some new lights in the house, you might stay in it longer than 2 minutes. And when we went to this wedding, we stayed with my wife's mom and dad. We spent 5 days with my in-laws. I have decided that should be the next episode of Survivor. Anybody that can stay with my in-laws for 5 days deserves at least $1 million. And everybody here tonight has family like this. They're people, you love them to death. You don't do real well when you have to share the same house, you know, because your lifestyles are different. And that's the case with my in-laws, because they're getting on up there. They're in their golden years. And see, I'm out late at night doing this kind of thing, and bless their hearts, it's all they can do to stay awake through the Wheel of Fortune. You're at their house, you're watching ER, you feel like a hellraiser. It's 10 o'clock, we're still up, we're crazy! But because they go to bed so early, they get up early, which is fine if, like normal human beings, they drink coffee and read the newspaper. That's not what happens in this nut house. My father-in-law, who is retired, who has nowhere to go, gets up at 4:45. Every morning of his life, he walks straight to the den and starts watching the Discovery Channel at a volume normally reserved for movie theater sound commercials. So you're lying in bed. The sun has not thought about coming up. All of a sudden you hear, like other predators of the plains, the jackal subdues its victim by clamping his neck and slowly squeezing the life from his body. You're in the bed going, you know what, that ain't a bad idea. You guys have been great. Thank you so very much.